What made you not go to Puerto Rico? Like, what made you? Because while I was listening to you tell a story, I'm like, it was like a movie to me. I know this is your real life, but to me, I was like, go to Puerto Rico. I'm talking to my phone saying, why don't you just go to Puerto Rico?
The truth, I was hoping they killed me.
Can you damn, tell us about, I know I kind of know the little bit of the backstory about the day you went to jail or what you went to jail for. What was that? Walk us through what was that day like, and what was going on that day?
A friend of mine was murdered by the Latin Kings.
How do you remember?
He was shot. He was killed and shot. Taurus, rest in peace. And
was he a part of your gang, or?
Actually, he wasn't. He was just the deaf boy that my gang used to take to school. But because they used to always see him in a gang's car, they thought he was a gang member. So the night that the morning that he was killed, it was my turn to take him to school, because he didn't like going in the yellow school bus. So it was my turn. It was Mother's Day, and he jumped in. Like I said, he was deaf. He jumped on the driver's side and was beeping the horn and was like, like telling me to hurry up. But I had been working that whole night selling drugs. So when I was changing shift, I was giving them the guns and shit and giving them the money and the drugs. And I'm like, I'm gonna go take this little to school and I'm gone. I'm going home. So in the process of doing that and me talking too fucking much, a car passed by and blew his brains out with a shotgun. So that hit me because it happened in my shit. So that fucked me up. And I was like, fuck. So, we had our thing, and one that's another, and two guys ended up getting killed. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to get into details with that out of respect for the dead. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm not who I used to be. Mm-hmm. And I don't want this interview to present to people like, damn, she's still Loca D, or damn, she's still a gang member. No, I don't glorify nothing I did as a child. It was mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want kids to think like, because I've had a lot of kids who wrote me in prison, oh, I'm your biggest fan, I idolize you, when I grow up I want to be just like you. No, what? So I don't want people to hear this or see this and be like, yeah, that's Loca D. No, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, a mistake was taken. You know what I'm saying? A mistake happened, and two men lost their lives who also had kids and family. You know what I'm saying? And yes, they were gang members. Yes, one of them was involved in the murder of my friend.
So one of the guys that got killed was one of the guys who shot your friend? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yes. So, they did end up, two people end up dead. And like I said, out of respect for the Reyes and the Cruz family, I don't want to drag that on. You know what I'm saying? Because I could understand their anger and the fact that the person who killed their son and their brothers is walking the streets. Mm-hmm. Even 31 years later, they don't have a chance to get up out the grave and have their chance for their second life. So, my apologies to the family and my condolences, because like I said, I was a kid and I was stupid.
Yeah.
I was stupid. And I don't know, for some reason, when I pulled the trigger, I didn't even think they was going to die. Like, I don't know what I was thinking in my head. Like, oh, they'll get back up. They won't die. I've seen people get shot in the head before and still live. In my head, I'm thinking these boys weren't going to die. You know what I'm saying? But I was stupid. I was high. I was gang banging. It was just stupid, plain stupid. And I lost my life behind that. I lost a chance watching my nieces and nephew grow up and being there for my mother, and losing my brothers. I had a brother just murdered last month. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much that still goes on in this world in results of what happened 31 years ago.
Yeah. And I don't want you to go in detail, especially because I could see on the other end, you know what I mean? Like, this is out here still talking about, you know what I mean? So I get that. What was interesting to me was the day after the conversation you and your stepfather had, where he was trying to get you
to go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. What like? How did he find out so fast? And how did cause
they called him. A car rolled up on me after the second one was shot and killed. The car rolled up on me and saw me, and he knew exactly who I was. Of course.
What car? Like who?
A Latin King.
Oh, okay.
A Latin King drove up, and he looked, and he was like, "What the?" And he looked down, saw that one of his brothers was laying in the ground. So instead of going, I assumed that he was going to go get his boys, and it was going to be it for me. But instead of going to get his boys, he called my stepfather and made a deal with him. So my stepfather gave him money and drugs, and I was able to walk out the park alive.
So, okay, that's just crazy. So he sees you there in the park, and he picks up the phone, calls your stepdaddy, and says, "Hey, give me money or drugs."
He was like, he was like, "What you gonna give me? Because this killed my boy." Because he didn't know nothing about the boy in the bathroom. He just saw the first body out there. So he was like, "She just killed my boy. Well, how you want to handle this?" So my father was like, "I got you." You know what I'm saying? Just let her go. I got you. So they made their little deal or whatever, and I walked out that park alive.
And what made you not go to Puerto Rico? Like, what made you? Because while I was listening to you tell a story, I'm like, it was like a movie to me. I know this is your real life, but to me, I was like, go to Puerto Rico. I'm talking to my phone saying, why don't you just go to Puerto Rico?
The truth, I was hoping they killed me. And that's something I never shared with nobody.
Why?
I mean, first of all, I never thought that I would live past 16. My lifespan was only to 16. I didn't see myself living past that. So when I took their lives and I saw my friend died, and I went to my friend's funeral and I saw him in a casket, and then I saw how, even though I had my house, I had my car, I had a life, but I was empty inside. I didn't have my mom. I didn't have, you know what I'm saying? I still longed to be the child that I never was. So the reason I didn't go to Puerto Rico was because I really, really was hoping that they killed me. I was really hoping that I didn't have to breathe again. And I was too much of a coward to take myself out. So I was hoping they did it.
That is like, man. Okay. Jesus. And I applaud you in a way to just being able to recognize that and be able to speak that. Have you forgiven yourself for that incident? Because I think the only true really healing happens is you can ask for forgiveness from everybody else, right? But until you say, you know what, I forgive me. I forgive myself for this crazy act that I done. And then you were able to process and move on.
I would never forgive myself for that. I could never forgive myself for not only taking their lives, but I ruined my mama's life. I took her baby life. You know what I'm saying? I had to watch my mother cry every day and go through everything about her baby being in prison. I watched my mother suffer through cancer and die, and I couldn't be there, couldn't go to her funeral, all because of what I did. People say my mama had cancer, she died of cancer. I say my mama died of a heart attack, a broken heart. Just to watch her baby in prison and say I was never going home. No, I have not forgiven myself. I took 2 lives, and they had kids too. So like how I'm missing my mama, I know they missing their daddy, and that was my fault. That was not nothing that just happened naturally, or they died of a disease, or they had a heart attack, or, you know what I'm saying? They were murdered. They were taken from them kids. I can't forgive myself for that, bro. Like, they got grandkids that never knew them. they got a dog. One of the boys got killed that night. His girlfriend had his baby. She never got a chance to meet her daddy, and that fucked me up every time. I don't care how hard I try to act for my family. Oh, I'm good, I got this. At the end of the day, every night before I lay myself to bed, I always say, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry, Hector. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could never forgive myself for that. You can forgive, you can go ask for that. I was watching a movie one time, and then when he told his son, you can steal something and ask them, give it back or pay them back and say, I'm sorry for doing that. I can't do that with them boys. I took their lives and I can't give it back. I can't tell their family I'm sorry because, like I said, I just lost a brother. You can't come tell me you sorry, you just killed my little baby brother. I don't want to hear it. So I understand their pain now. So that's something that truth be told, I didn't even want to come home. The law changed and sent me home. I never asked for this. I was okay with having life in prison. I was okay being punished for the crime I committed. So it's like, no, I will never forgive myself for it. That's something that I'm not going to allow myself to forgive myself about, because I'm going to punish myself to the day I take my last breath for the mistake that I made.
If you want to donate to Jackie's foundation to get her dog training started, please tap on the link below and donate, okay? Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.